This is my last video for the night. If I come back, it's because I can't sleep because of anxiety and medical PTSD. Yeah, thanks, Doc. Okay, so we are talking about a quick. I'm doing a multi-screen phone and laptop, MacBook, and one of my followers asked about mast cell stabilizing teas. Okay, now I am going to first say this is not medical advice, that what works for one person does not always work for another. For example, I can't eat a cheeseburger unless it's literally freshly processed beef. Um, and my daughter can have a gluten-free Culver's burger and be completely fine and drink the hell out of green tea. For me, it'll set off anaphylaxis, and not hospital anaphylaxis, airway affected, but MCAS anaphylaxis. Where I've got to take my personal first and second rescue line, second line medications. Um, EpiPen for me is just when I can't breathe. Not medical advice, but that's just how I handle mine for MCAS reactions. Now, there are certain teas that do have mast cell stabilizing properties, and I'm going to show you. Um, but mind you, I can't drink any of them because I've reacted to them because I'm apparently um, just even I'm talking loose leaf and bagged tea. It doesn't matter. But my daughter can drink all of these and they help her, so I still buy them. Okay. Um, so the first one is one second. Let me make sure this is okay. This is by a doctor. It's botanicalmedicine.org. Um, let's see. Let me look and see, find the section I'm looking for here, because we're looking at, anti-inflammatory, anti-allergic, blah, blah, blah. Let's just get to the tea, lady. Um, Doc, let's talk, Doc. Really? Where is it? Okay, nope, I don't like your site. We're gonna look for a different one. All right. Moringa tea. One second. It's one of them is called moringa tea, or I think it's holy basil tea. One second. Uh, okay, there we go. I was searching for the wrong thing. Okay, so antihistamine tea. All right. Now, according to histamine-doctor.com, um, ginger tea and moringa tea. One second, let me share screen on YouTube. Mind you, I'm not sharing medical advice. I am literally just giving you information and know that what works for one, you know, I can't drink these teas. My daughter can. Okay. Uh, where are you? Where'd that one go? I lost the link. That's why I got too many open. Uh, because I was doing lots of videos today. All right. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's see. Can you use stinging needles for mast cell stabilization? Let's do this one first since I have it up in front of me in this tab. All right. All right. Um, okay, so stinging nettle tea does have mast cell stabilizing properties, the tea itself. Okay. Um, I myself happen to not be able to tolerate it, but I have a giant bag that I bought on Amazon. Let me show you which one it is. Um, one second. This was like $18, and I was not expecting like a bag big enough to hold a baby. Um, stinging. All right. The bag that I bought, share this tab instead, is this one. Uh, you can check. It's called Organic Nettle Leaf FGO Organic Nettle Leaf Tea Eco Conscious Tea Bags. This is tea bags 100. This is 100 tea bags for $19.99. What I purchased the loose leaf version of the same brand. Um, where is that? I believe it was just not tea bags too. Anyway, I purchased the same brand, also organic, and it was like my daughter loves eating it. She loves drinking that tea. Um, it helps. It does have mast cell stabilizing properties, but be aware that everyone can tolerate every single thing that everyone else can tolerate. Okay, so that's one potential tea. The next potential is going to be let's histamine blocker. I will have to do a different video on this one. Um, let's see. Okay. Um, oh, I can't wait to do a video on this one. Okay, stay tuned for tomorrow. Um, but okay, so let's see. Natural treatments for mass oxidation from the Hoffman Center, and this one quotes Dr. Lawrence Afrin, who is like a world-renowned expert on MCAS. Okay, um, Uh, and the advantages include because they're natural, lower cost, no need for a prescription, and because a lot of MCAS patients are often sensitive to pharmaceuticals, meaning the fillers or medications, and have to get medications compounded, which is extremely expensive. If you can stabilize your mast cells with any kind of natural products in conjunction with and with your doctor's, like, approval and knowledge, um, which is what we do, um, you can possibly, help yourself with, um, things like, stinging nettle tea, moringa tea, woolly basil tea, right? And, green tea is apparently known to have some, uh stabilizing effects for some people, and for other people, it actually can trigger a histamine response. And she would be, it helps her, and I would be, um, uh, yeah, I would be the one that, oh, I'm not sure on the screen. I would be the one, here we go. I would be the one that, moringa and green tea and singing nettle tea all, um, set off this response for. Ray, I hope you keep us posted and make sure you're and let me know if you're okay. Hey, Tomash. Um, here are, uh, stabilizing mast cell, um natural alternatives. Um, and again, this is from the Hoffman Center. I will share the link in the description or in the pinned comment on this one on the YouTube channel. The A team, okay? Quercetin, 2,000 milligrams daily, dose divided. Remember, or you should note, for a lot of MCAS patients, we usually have to start on teeny, tiny baby doses and move up. If you start at the high dose of whatever it is, even cromolyn sodium, um, it could potentially trigger an MCAS reaction and even anaphylaxis. And then you and the doctor end up thinking you're allergic to medication when it wasn't the medication. It was just the fact that it was a new thing. Your body was like, wait, what? And went on high alert, and you had histamine response. So, like, I titrated up on like promo and sodium prescribed, right? It took me 6 weeks to go from a quarter of the vial to the full like recommended dosage. So keep that in mind, even with supplements. All right, green tea contains E, G, C, G, and L-theanine. According to the Hoffman Center, for some people, 2 to 3 cups daily supplements with 500 mg of BCG twice daily. Curcumin, Maria is a common brand name, 1 to 4 grams daily divided. You are definitely going to need to have, if you're not watching the video, you're definitely, and YouTube, you're definitely going to need to have the, uh, follow and subscribe to the channel, and you can take a look at what I'm actually talking about. 'Cause, you're gonna need the link. You're gonna need these links. Um, Chamomile tea, apparently. I think I can drink the chamomile. I have to double check that one though. It contains apigenin and luteolin, luteolin, 1 and 2 cups before bed, if you can do it. Uh, resvet, resveratrol. I'm gonna spell this. Resveratrol, 20 milligrams twice daily. Um, DAO, um, 2 capsules with each meal, if you can handle it. Vitamin C, mainly in a non-citrus source, such as rose hips, 1 to 3 grams daily. I did not know that rose hips were. See, I don't do, because citrus is, well, I'm allergic to latex, so citrus is on the list, so that's there you go. B team, the TLN 100 milligrams twice daily. Ginkgo biloba apparently is a mast cell stabilizer. Look into that. Silymarin, Silymar, 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily, doses divided. Shea oil, only if you're not allergic to latex, um, or have latex root syndrome. Shea has latex facial properties, and not good. Um, Ellagic or ellagic, ELLAGIC acid, 500 milligrams daily. I've never heard of that. I would need to look that up and see what that is. I don't even know what this one is. Pycnogenol, PYCNOGNOL, 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily. Magnolia, Honokil, HONOKIAL, 200 to 250 milligrams twice daily. And then feverfew, 200 to 400 milligrams twice daily. And then there's the C-team, which includes, and granted, I'm going to assume because I was scrolling, um, a lot of people can't do every single one of these, of course, because some, depending on cost, but and not all of these are going to work for you. A lot of this is trial and error. Like really, like can you handle? If you know you're not allergic to it, can you handle it? Because it doesn't matter if you're allergic to it or not. It's almost like if you have a house fire. It doesn't matter if it was arson or you just left, you know, or accidentally burned the house down because you left something you left the stove on. The fire department still has to put the fire out. Okay. The C team includes something called Fiestin, Fiestin, 100 milligrams twice daily. Rutin, Rutin, 200 milligrams daily. Genistein or isoflavone. Mangosteen, often taken as a juice. That sounds latexy. So make sure you look that up. Um, I'm probably going to be breaking this video down in the next week or so with every single one of these, so I can look them up and see what they are. 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily of mangosteen. Xanthium dihydrolucidine, also known as cocklebur, 6 to 9 capsules daily. That's a lot. See, that's what I'm saying. It's probably just what works for you. Okay. Uh, Great. I hope you're doing. I'll check on you in a minute. Um, Indolin, Isotis, ISATIS, INDOLINE. I said that one already. Right. Now, then we have quercetin. Okay. Keep in mind if you have allergies to any of these, or you have allergic reactions to any of these, talk to your doctor about. Um, well, it might be MCAS. It is possible to have actual IgE-mediated allergies and MCAS. I have allergies to MCAS, coconut, most of the latex fruits on the list, and MCAS. So that's a whole lot of fun. All right, so quercetin is found naturally in stinging nettle. That's why it has MCAS stabilizing properties. Grapefruit, that's citrus, so not the best idea for me. Onions, um, I can handle onions in food, but I'm not gonna bite into one. Apples, be careful, always wash your apples because I have a friend with a coconut allergy who works in a grocery store and told me that, fruits are covered in a wax. Fruits and vegetables are covered in a wax. There was a package. I'll do a video on that later, on this later. But like it literally showed ingredients like shine enhancing wax or something on a bag of grapefruits. By the way, most waxes contain coconut derivatives, like carnauba wax, coconut derivatives. So be very careful. And this is why it makes sense now. I've heard some people say that they can handle apples with a latex allergy because it's on the latex fruit syndrome list as long as it's a peeled apple. Black tea. Uh, that one's tricky because I've heard and seen uh, conversation on this. Some sites say that black tea is histamine. Some say it can help relax and help with histamine control. This is there's information here from with in conjunction with Dr. Afrin. So I'm gonna say if you can handle it, you can handle it. Leafy green vegetables and beans. Beans. Bean. Oh yeah, the beans are mast cell stabilizers. Beans are mast cell stabilizers. Just if you want black beans. Let's have. I'll buy you black beans tomorrow on the way back from the. Okay. 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 All right. Down regulates the enzyme. Down regulates the enzyme that converts to acidity. That's they. I don't know what they must that one may not be edited. All right. Inhibits release of histamine. This is what quercetin does. Okay, so it also downregulates the enzyme that converts the protein histamine. Okay, inhibits the release of histamine, so it actually helps stop the release of histamine. And for a lot of people, quercetin is completely life changing. I had not found a single quercetin that I reacted well to, but I didn't know that rosehip was an option. I'm gonna look for a rosehip. Well, first I have to see if it's if there's any cross reactants, and if there's not, then I'm gonna give it a try. Um, all right. Also, decreases the production and release of inflammatory cytokines, the inflammatory mediators responsible for many of the symptoms of inflammation related to MCAS. Often used as primary therapy, and seriously, it's often used as like the main med supplement to control inflammatory mediators responsible for many of the symptoms of inflammation related to MCAS. Treats allergies, contact dermatitis, photosensitivity, and inflammation. And the the dihydrate form has the best bioavailability. This is quercetin. Dr. Theo Hauridis, a top mast cell researcher, has produced a product called Neuroprotec, Neuroprotec, which contains quercetin, luteolin, 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 and rutin. At least 8 capsules must be taken daily for maximum effect. That's a lot of capsules. It doesn't show. I will look that one up in a different video. Um, Green tea, EGCG. EGCG is the most common polyphenol found in green tea. Inhibits calcium influx in the mast cells, thus preventing their regranulation. Inhibits mast cell production of inflammatory mediator cotrine C4. Has other benefits, which include improved brain function, improved dental health, lowering risk of cardiovascular disease, and combating skin aging signs. Lowers risk for Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, and diabetes mellitus. That's all wonderful. I can't drink it. I had a horrible reaction to it 7 years ago, and think your worst hangover and how the smell of that alcohol in college and that last alcohol and how the smell of that alcohol, like you can't even you never touch. That's me in green tea because that's how bad the reaction was. All right, curcumin, widely used in popular supplements for lowering inflammation. Best found in phospholo phospholipid forms such as Meriva, which I don't know what that is, MERIVA, has anti-allergic activity, inhibits the degranulation of mast cells in a dose-dependent manner. That's curcumin, and is widely used in cancer and joint inflammation. All right, I gotta look up curcumin because just little one over here, a little bit over here, mini me has major joint inflammation issues, and I'm gonna try. We're gonna see if I can find that in a way she can actually ingest because we have problems with pill swallowing, but if it doesn't taste good as a powder blended in water or a juice, we'll figure it out. Okay, maybe I can find a gummy. All right, resveratrol found in grapes, berries, and peanuts. Okay, I can only do berries. I can do blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, and I occasionally do strawberries because strawberries are on the late. I think strawberries are on the latex fruit syndrome list, so I do them in small amounts. I try to limit the foods that I can still eat on the latex fruit syndrome list, so I don't lose the foods because I've learned in my experience that the foods that I've lost are the ones that I ate the most often. Avocado and banana, I miss you. All right. Reduces the expression of inflammatory markers IL-6 and IL-8, which I guess are a big deal, and it inhibits IgE allergy reactions. That's resveratrol. Vitamin C. Research has shown that when vitamin C levels fall and blood histamine levels increase, well, damn. Okay, so now I have to find vitamin C that I can take. When vitamin C is reintroduced, histamine levels fall exponentially. Ugh. Okay. All right. I will be I can't eat any citrus. Uh, I I mean, let me put it this way. I did not react when I had an orange 2 months ago. But I can't eat an orange every day. Because that's why I lost my avocados and my bananas because I was doing banana smoothies and having avocados every day because I'm Mexican. I grew up eating avocados. So, like, I have to be careful because citrus is on the latex cross allergy list. So I got to figure that one out. That's going to be a project. All right. Vitamin C, there is very little evidence in the literature, however, to support it as a natural antihistamine. So, while it's not an actual antihistamine, there is a relationship between If you have high vitamin C, your histamine levels are lower. If you have low vitamin C, histamine levels are higher. Okay. Um, it is frequently combined with quercetin and supplements. A popular supplement is natural dehist by orthomolecular products. Take 2 to 3 times per day for maximum effect. I believe one of my mutuals, I think it was L. Um, 1 second. Who like literally ate rice, I think, mixed with like quercetin or curcumin as her like spice. Um, and I was like, huh? And she's like, whatever works. She's like, gotta get it down. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. Um, I do not see her available right now. Or I'm spelling it wrong. All right, I'll find her later and tag her. All right, there's a very little. Okay, so it is frequently combined. Already said that. But natural dehist, but orthomolecular products. I'm going to include when I go back through the videos that I've done tonight, and that'll be tomorrow's project. I will add links to the sources that I used. But you can also see, if you're actually watching on YouTube, you can see the URLs and everything. So please make use of that too. All right. Be careful of citrus-based vitamin C and be aware that high doses can cause digestive issues, shall we say. It is best to take smaller amounts more frequently. Slow release formulations may be better. Silymarin, an extract of milk thistle, which could potentially make it, I believe, a latex cross. I have to double check that one. Do not quote me on that yet, but also do your research first. If you have latex allergy, always, which has been shown to attenuate mast cell mediated anaphylaxis like reactions. It also prevents the release of pro inflammatory cytokines such as tumor necrosis factor, interleukin 6, and nuclear factor kappa B. Also known to have HEPA protective, anti carcinogenic, and anti inflammatory agents, widely used to protect against drug and chemo induced liver toxicity. That is one of my words that I can't say. All right. Other supplements that have been used in MCAS: lipoic acid, N-acetylcysteine, ashwagandha, an Ayurvedic remedy known as an adaptogenic herb that modulates the body's response to stress. With Ferrin A, WITHAFERIN A, the letter A, space, and then the letter A, is a compound found in ashwagandha that has been shown to prevent mast cells from releasing histamine and other inflammatory mediators. Mind you, you need to be, you probably, if you need to take any of these things, you should probably, let me rephrase that. I eat a low histamine diet, and I probably need a good number of these supplements. Eating a high histamine diet and taking these supplements is like throwing gas on a fire and expecting the fire to go out. It's not going to work that way. All right. Other supplements that I've been using, MCAS, lipoic acid. I already said that. Okay, wait, did that one. Vitamin D, usually best at higher doses, need to test blood levels. So that one, talk to your doctor. Of course, if you're going to add any supplements, OTC, and you have, whether or not you have a MCAS, you should talk to your doctor. But especially if you have MCAS, talk to your doctor. Tamaj says absorbic acid is the chemical name for vitamin C. maybe could find a pure form. You know what? There's that Pure Supplements company on Amazon. Um, I believe I can use that one because they just do powder form. Like they're the ones that brand is like super popular with like all the bodybuilders and like the CrossFit people, um, and the people who do like competitions and stuff, where they want just like the pure, supplement for making sure that they're at peak form. And my husband is a gym rat. And he introduced me to the brand. So yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff that I buy from them on Amazon. Um, I think I will check with that one and see if that's a possibility. Hi, Dee. Thank you for joining. If you're, I highly suggest following, subscribing to my YouTube channel, so you can actually see what I'm doing or watching my videos later, because that's one of the beauties of this is because the lives stay live. So, all right. Silly Marin, already said that. I have to definitely double check and see if that one's a potential latex cross. I have to check. I don't know. But I myself wouldn't take it until I checked. All right. Important caveat. Both green tea and quercetin tea extracts may inhibit the COMT enzyme. If you have a COMT++ enzyme slow function on your 23andMe, okay, so that means I need to pay for the health addition to my 23andMe. Damn it. Anybody? Okay, so who wants? Again, I have. If you'd like to donate to my vacation fund, I wasn't expecting to have to spend for spring for gas for an hour and a half, two ways, and 2 nights and always helpless food. And now I need to apparently pay for the health information on my 23andMe so I can see if I have a slow function COMT++ enzyme. Didn't even know that existed, but apparently it's a big deal. And if you have that, you need to be very careful when taking these two supplements. The COMT gene determines your ability to process catechol, estrogen, and the major neurotransmitter and adrenaline, noradrenaline, and dopamine. Your anxiety, insomnia, and pain. This is super freaking important. Your anxiety, insomnia, and pain may increase due to further slowing down of the excretion of these excitatory chemicals, plus the excitatory catechols, substances found in green and black tea, coffee, chocolate, green tea, bean extracts, and quercetin. Holy mother, I am pretty freaking Talmash says they learned that the hard way. I'm pretty sure that just described why I react to all teas, essentially. I think except for chamomile. I gotta double check. And I can only do loose leaf. That seriously. Guys, that's mind blowing. That's gonna be a YouTube. That's gonna be a short. Later. Okay. Other things to consider in MCAS patients: ensure you have ensure you have sufficient magnesium levels, as the deficiency has been shown to induce the emergence of mast cells, particularly in the liver. Magnesium also has hundreds of other important functions in a healthy body. Zinc is another mineral you should ensure you're getting enough of because it's important for appropriate mast cell signaling. Stress reduction. Okay, sure. It's, I mean, I try, but I have anxiety disorder with panic attacks, without agoraphobia, and mass cell activation syndrome, and uh, you know, um, anyway. Okay, so when you're stressed, your body releases corticotropin releasing hormone CRH, which is associated with the activation of skin mast cells. Well, that explains a few things. Incorporate meditation, yoga, breathing exercises, and other stress reducing techniques into your daily life. I'd have less stress in my life if I had less reactions and less allergies and less chronic illness, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Maintaining a schedule is a great way. Sorry. Um, a lot of people who have mast cell activation syndrome, EDS, and or POTS, or the trifecta, are neurodivergent, and usually our circadian rhythm is it doesn't exist. We have a really hard time with that. I seem to only be able to wake up like at a decent time if I like literally am getting paid for it. Like if I have a job. Um and that's I need to get a job. Um if y'all start supporting me on Patreon and decide you want to and I start a Substack and you subscribe, I can do one blog post a week, and I can do one podcast a week, and I can start interviewing experts. Maybe I'll start. Maybe my sleep cycle will not suck as much. Okay. Because like if I say I have to, I'm going live at 11 o'clock with Dr. So and so, then I have to be live at that time. Okay. In his increasing histamine breakdown, DAO stabilizes mast cells. More importantly, it is the predominant enzyme that breaks down histamine. To increase your DAO levels, you can take DAO enzymes. Uh, Hoffman Center recommends 2 capsules with each meal. You can also increase your DAO with high doses of vitamin C, which kind of contradicts the earlier one. Hey, Sky. But earlier statement that said low doses, because higher doses can cause stomach upset, but um, you can build up your tolerance. Ghost duck. Just 1 second, because I'm actually finishing a YouTube live. You should also avoid anything that blocks the release of DAO. First and foremost, this includes any form of alcohol. Alcohol is high in histamine, and it blocks the release. And apparently, it blocks the release of DAO. Histamine and alcohol metabolic pathways share common enzymes, and there are 2 of them that I can't pronounce. Okay, uh, aldehyde oxidase and aldehyde dehydrogenase. Apparently, I can sort of pronounce them. When you drink alcohol, histamine is released from your mast cells, and DAO is simultaneously inhibited. Basically, you take you drink your margarita or your Bloody Mary or your pina colada or whatever, and the switch gets turned off on your body's DAO. This can cause a runaway chain reaction, which results in greater sensitivity to alcohol and worsening histamine intolerance. You don't want that. Aged cheese and wine together may induce a major mast cell activation. I can attest to that one, uh, mainly because I'm allergic to wine for 4 reasons. One, it's a grape usually made from grapes. Two, it contains ethylenediamine dihydrochloride, usually. I think it's 3, it's fermented, and 4, um, it's alcohol and high in histamine. So, yeah, yep, that yeah. Grapes are I miss grapes. Grapes are, but grapes are little demons. Okay, reducing histamine levels. To reduce histamine levels in your body, you should adopt a low histamine diet. This is from the Hoffman Center. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just reading what I'm reading. Avoid the following: alcohol, smoked and cured meat, seafood, pickled foods, fermented foods, leftovers, canned fish or meat, berries, especially strawberries. For me, they don't set off a reaction, and that's one thing you're going to learn, is that something like we all have different tolerances, and the only fruit that I can still eat is berries. Generally, I do just frozen blueberries. Okay, nightshades, including tomatoes and potatoes, preservatives, and vinegar. Try to eat foods as fresh as possible. Also, dehydrated is bad too. Okay. Um, so yeah, follow. Make sure you pay attention to that. And did I say fermented? Yeah, fermented. That means like pick kombucha. Yeah. You couldn't pay me enough to even, no, not even. All right. I had a horrible reaction to that, to it a couple like 5 years ago. Try to eat foods as fresh as possible and stick to anti-inflammatory foods. Adding rosemary oil to fish reduces histamine formation as the fish ages. Okay, but it's also important to note that fish is best. If I'm read on other sites that for fish, if it's flash frozen, which means frozen after immediately caught at sea, or literally caught and cooked, then it's lower in histamine and can possibly be tolerated. I can tell you right now that I miss salmon like crazy, because every time I eat salmon, I tried to eat salmon, I would get instant dry mouth, and then my domino effect of mast cells would start. Mast cell reactions would start. My daughter still can handle fish, so I just make it for her and just hate her a little bit every single time, but it's okay. Um, for a comprehensive resource on low histamine foods, diets, and recipes, recommend my guide on the low histamine diet as well as healing histamine. All right, so this is from the Hoffman Center. Those links, we can do a different. I'll do follow up videos, concentrating on those links alone. Stabilizing the immune system and reducing inflammation part should be a critical part of any MCAS protocol. Recommendations include reducing inflammation through effective methods such as checking and treating any underlying infections that can contribute to widespread inflammatory response in the body if left untreated, which can include H. pylori, Epstein-Barr, and herpes simplex. Correcting gut dysbiosis. So yes, heal your gut might be a term that pisses a lot of us off, but there is truth in helping to balance your gut microbiome, which has been shown to reduce inflammation and improve immune system health. However, if anybody tells you that healing your gut is going to give you your MCAS, they're selling you BS. Okay, and bottom line, they're selling you B. And if they tell you, and then if they follow up with, by the way, here's bone broth. Bone broth's a great idea. I have feelings, and no. Okay. But healing your gut, yeah. A lot of us have gut issues because we've been either not eating or can't eat. Or eat or whatever, or we have horrible reactions to foods. All right. Certain probiotics, here's a problem. Probiotics can set off MCAS reactions. So we have to be very careful with probiotics. One second. Okay. So we have to be very careful. Yeah. We have to be yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, there's a list of probiotic. I have not found a probiotic that I can handle. I will tell you that. There are patients who with MCAS who can handle various, but I would see if you could contact different manufacturers and seeing if, or looking on Amazon and seeing if there are tests, like the smallest amount you can get, so you waste the least amount of money if you have a reaction, that kind of thing. Because and honestly, if you have a history of anaphylaxis with stuff, I would probably recommend asking your doctor if you can test in the office, or having your rescues ready just in case. Seriously. Um, that's what I would do. I'm not giving medical advice. Just telling you that I am extremely paranoid because I've had too many reactions. All right, so patients are probably gonna have to experiment with various options, different doses to find the right combination, to find out, and if unusual side effects are experienced with known medications. Uh, Remember that the excipients contained within the medication could be the issue, not the medication itself. So if you think you're allergic, son of a mom, give me a minute. If you think you're allergic to Benadryl, you might not be allergic to Benadryl. You might be having a histamine response to the gel cap. You might be having an allergic reaction or a histamine response to the filler. You might be allergic to the fillers because soy, magnesium stearate, a coconut derivative, soy is a latex cross, glycerin. You might be reacting to all of that instead, right? Okay. There's no cure for MCAS. This is from the Hoffman Center. Dr. Afrin's involved. Dr. Lawrence Afrin's involved. I will take what he says over any TikTok creator or YouTube creator or anyone who says that MCAS can be cured, because it cannot as of today. Maybe later, but not today. If they tell you you can, or you think your MCAS was cured, you probably just had histamine intolerance, because that can be self-managed and self-diagnosed and self-managed. You go on a histamine diet. But every MCAS patient I know has an EpiPen. All right. Now, while there's no cure, there's a lot you can do to minimize the conditions impact on your life. The good news is that the most natural treatments for MCAS are recommendations for a healthier life that would benefit anyone. You can read more about that on a different link called 12 Tips for Living with MCAS. I will do a different video on that one. But like, this is going to be like a whole series. With a chronic illness such as MCAS, it is possible to live a full life. The treatment just requires careful, comprehensive approach. This is true. To make today happen, I had to time my intramuscular Benadryl right. I had to make sure that I didn't eat until we got here so that I wouldn't set off reactions. Because every time we eat, does not matter what it is, we set off histamines are released into our bloodstreams. Okay, it can be a celery stick, it can be a Snickers bar. You release histamines into your body every time you eat. So if you're snacking 3 times a day and eating 3 times a day, that's 6 histamine dumps, plus the one your body usually has when you're sleeping. So I do intermittent fasting and limit my meals to 1 to 2 meals in an 8-hour period. And usually I eat one meal a day, or 1 or 2 meals every other day. That's literally what I do for intermittent fasting. You can look up information. Look up Dr. Jason Fung, Fung. He has a super popular YouTube channel and has written 3 books on intermittent fasting. And honestly, because it has a naturally, it's going to have a low histamine lowering effect. And I've had many people go, is that why I only eat once a day and stick to the same meal? Because I'm like, instinctively, that's what I started doing. Seriously. Right. Oh, it is. Oh, sorry. With a chronic illness such as MCAS, okay. So if you believe you have MCAS, or if you already received a diagnosis and need a function, yeah, we're not gonna. Who cares? Okay, there's a ton of resources here. This was written by Dr. Bruce Hoffman, who is a Calgary-based integrative and functional medicine practitioner and the medical director at the Hoffman Center for Integrative Medicine and the Brain Center of Alberta, specializing in complex medical conditions. He was born in South Africa and obtained his medical degree from the University of Cape Town, and is a certified functional medicine practitioner. And I'm going to tell you, and he's also the co-author of a recent paper published by Dr. Afrin's group, Diagnosis of Mast Cell Activation Syndrome, a Global Consensus 2. Okay, that's why, honestly, because I've had No hate, no shade to all functional med doctors. There's good ones and bad ones. I've only had experience with the ones who are like, hey, do everything that's going to make you worse. But he's associated with Dr. Afrin. So in my book, that makes him um, trustworthy. So I would bookmark, if I were you, I would bookmark the Hoffman Center as one of your resources. Um, and I'm going to contact them and ask them if they're looking for writers for their blog. All right. Um, all right. So that's what we got for today. And I am out. Please like, please share, please leave a comment, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks for checking out my YouTube run for tonight. Helped me work out a lot of nervous energy. I've got a major doctor's appointment tomorrow to check on another potential trifecta of comorbid chronic illnesses. So I will be updating tomorrow, and my entire purpose is to spread awareness because it took me 15 years to get diagnosed with MCAS alone. And if there's anything that I can do to help you learn to advocate for yourself, learn to help find the research that you need to take to your doctors, learn to fire the doctors that are gaslighting you, because you have the right to be treated with respect, no matter who you are, even chronically ill or chronic pain, or how much of a pain in the booty you are to your doctor. That's why I'm here. I went through hell, and I want to turn that into a purpose and help you get your answers faster. Nobody needs to suffer that long. Okay, have a great night. Like, follow, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Hey, Ghost Duck. It's acting weird on your end. Ooh, yes, I want to end this stream.